Hello everybody, welcome to AstroEdify. We are going to talk about fourth lord in various houses today. What kind of general results we can expect whenever fourth lord in your chart, whatever planet that may be, if it is placed in any particular house, 1 to 12, what kind of positive and negative results we can see whenever they are well placed or if afflicted or badly placed. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself or you want to learn astrology and do a course, you can go on this website. The link is shown in description. You can also connect on this WhatsApp number shown below for consultation and course. So we are going to talk about fourth lord in various houses. So first of all, understand what fourth house or fourth lord represents. So fourth house or fourth lord, they particularly control our mind and emotions and feelings. So first house is you yourself, the entire mental, physical health and your nature, behavior, personality. Similarly, fourth house is not your physical body, but fourth house represents your emotional makeup, your mindset, your thinking patterns, and how you feel, your emotional capacity. And at the same time, fourth house also represents the mother, the childhood, and overall peace and satisfaction in life. Then it is also the house of assets like land, properties, real estate, vehicles. So these are the things or the themes that fourth house represents. It is the house of your home where you live or the place that you belong to, the country or the state or the city. That is also the fourth house. And fourth house is the house of attachment, the things that are dear to you, close to you, that make you happy or that make you feel secure, that kind of thing. So that is also fourth house. Now we will talk about whenever this fourth lord is going in various houses. So we start with first house, means the ascendant. To first house, remember it is you yourself, and fourth house, like I said, whenever fourth house comes, you just understand that it is representing your mind, your emotions, how you feel, whether you feel satisfied or not. That is fourth house, sukha, happiness. So fourth lord in the first house. So it can show that it can overall make person emotional in nature. Now when I say emotional, it does not mean that the person is hypersensitive. It means that the overall family and culture and the things that you belong to, they become relevant for you. And hence it brings more emotional attachment with these things. So even if the person is not very expressive or highly sensitive all the time, like they are easily crying out or like that, but even if they are reserved and private, still it shows the person is quite emotionally connected or attached to the fourth house themes. So fourth house themes like family oriented, close to mother or mother like figures, your grandmothers, your grandparents. Then it shows closeness to your house, your native place, your any kind of assets or possessions, whether they are family heirlooms or any kind of other things, possessions, so as to say, person has some strong attachment or memories related to them. Then it can show overall support from the family, born into a well-to-do family. If fourth lord is well placed in the first house, born into overall well-to-do family, and at the same time you get support even if the family has limited means to offer. The point will be that overall the relations with the family are quite good. The support, emotional, moral, material, financial support is going to be there in life, and it shows overall good childhood and upbringing for the person. Also can make person quite caring towards these things. And ego derivation from the family means the identity. Ego means the identity that you associate with a lot. So more ego derivation from family, from lineage, from state, city, culture, country, your any kind of caste, creed, ethnicity. These kind of things, they generate a lot of identity within the person. They feel very associated with it, and at the same time it can make person more comfort oriented, traditional, value driven, and also shows a soft hearted nature, because fourth house is your heart and mind, emotions. So if it is well placed in the ascendant, It can show more empathetic nature, kind, helpful, overall protective and possessive towards these aspects, whether it is your family or all those things which we discussed. Then it shows high moha, high attachment, and hence can make person somewhat clingy and seeking reassurance, or somewhat insecure sometimes, or possessive at this towards those things, whether they are people in your life, relations, your other assets or things. That depends. Then it also can show that if it is afflicted, let's suppose fourth lord is in the ascendant but not well placed, then it can show a lot of emotional disturbance. So then there can be high fear, insecurity, self-esteem issues, mood swings, or a lot of doubt and suspicion, controlling, smothering behavior, constantly seeking reassurance from people and society, and at the same time person cannot live alone easily. So that kind of thing can be seen if it is afflicted in the lagna, badly placed in the lagna. But at the same time, even if it is well placed, generally family and close relationships become very important for the person to feel happy and contented in life. Then this condition is also considered very good for having lands, properties, vehicles, overall a comfortable life, like having good living standard, food, travel resources, overall a good home environment or family life, that kind of thing. And if it is well placed in the lagna, you need to see the condition of moon. Then it generates peace and satisfaction and contentment from your life overall. It does not mean that your all desires are quenched, but a person who has a certain level of understanding and level of peace within them, that yes, I am fine with what I have in my life and I am overall on a higher end of satisfaction. Then here, like I said, comfort zone is very important. So comfort zone is family and home, and the possessions that you get in inheritance or make on your own, they become relevant. Then it can make person creative and artistic. You need to see the condition of moon, Venus and Mercury. If they are well placed, this situation can make person somewhat quite imaginative, artistic and creative in general towards any areas of arts, whether it is writing, music, acting, dance, drama, fine arts, anything. It depends on the chart, but it can show this. Then it can also show that person will grow more in their own homeland. So wherever you are born, you will be living there and prospering there more as compared to going abroad and settling outside or very far away from the native place. So that is another thing. So these are the common results of fourth lord in the first house. Now let's talk about second house. So if fourth lord goes in second house, now see, second house is the house of family, money, wealth, speech, and it is also a negative house because it is a marak house. But fourth house and second house, remember, both represent family and home. So whenever fourth lord is well placed in second house, it generally makes person quite family oriented, comfort oriented, and very attached to the things that they are born into. So whether it is your family, of course, mainly the mother, because fourth house is mother, but at the same time overall person becomes very close to the family in general. Then here it can show again, if because second house is money and wealth and finances, fourth lord well placed in second house means you are again going to get good support from the family. Can be born into a privileged family or a well-to-do family where you have availability of resources. You don't have to struggle so much. So that is another good aspect of this placement. And it also is excellent for having lands and real estate and property and inheritance. When I say inheritance, it's not only money and property. Inheritance can also be of any talent and skill, or inheritance of contacts, networking. That kind of thing can be seen as inheritance as well. Then this placement is considered generally favorable for prosperity, luxuries, and overall good financial prospects in life. You need to see the condition of other planets like Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, but in general fourth lord well placed in second house is it gives a comfortable, prosperous, good living standard, and overall person is able to fulfill their desires what they have. Then offers luxuries, it gives luxuries. The luxuries, or in general a convenient lifestyle like good food, clothes, vehicles, any kind of travel, or houses, or any pleasures or luxury areas that it confers that. Then it also shows good speech. Second house is speech, so if it is well placed, then persuasive, charming, impressive style of communication, and good emotional expression at the same time. Then if there is any family business for someone, then it can show that person can venture into the family business, can join them, and obviously they can continue and do well there. Then excellent for creativity, so again any kind of artistic skills, whether it is reading, whether it is writing, music, acting, dance, entertainment, or fine arts, design, anything, any creative domains, it becomes very conducive for that. Since it is the house of speech, it can give you a soft, melodious speech or voice. It can show that. You need to see the yogas for that. Well, benefics going in second house, and if they are making such combinations, then they can suggest that natural inherent creative skills or talents in the person can be there. Then if they are badly placed, then what happens? That fourth lord is not well placed in second house, getting damaged or afflicted. Then it can show that instead of having a happy, overall good, comfortable childhood, there is going to be troublesome childhood, like either you were facing some problems or hardships in the childhood, or the family environment was not good, people were fighting all the time, parents were in bad marriage, or any kind of troubles going at home, which shows any kind of negative, harsh, toxic environment, which creates loss of peace and no satisfaction at all. If it is badly placed, then it can show troubles to or with the family. Either your relations with the family are affected or damaged, or it can show that troubles to the family members like parents or anybody else, they are suffering from any kind of problems, whether health problems or any kind of major financial crisis or career instability or any kind of stresses which troubles them. That is another point. Then if it is badly placed, then it will keep you away from the native place. Even though you are not going outside the country, even let's suppose yogas are there, then it is a different case. But generally, it takes you far away from the native place where you are born, or away from the family. Then it never gives, even if it gives you money and properties and vehicles and overall other material things in life. But what it does not generate or give is peace of mind and satisfaction. If moon is badly placed, then it will be moon or Venus, both of them. It will be sure that even if you are well off and prosperous in life, but it will not give peace of mind and satisfaction. There will be constant distance, detachment, isolation, or any kind of dissatisfaction, and constant feeling of inner emptiness, not able to feel happy. So that kind of thing goes on. And like I said, it can damage the overall family environment. Constant fights or negative harshness is going on. Then savings get damaged. Means even if you are earning good enough money, but there can be unnecessary expenditure, wasteful expenditure, or poor savings. And it corrupts the food intake. So fourth house is emotions and mind. Second house is food. So there are people who binge eat, stress eat, or any kind of addictions, like you are taking some addictive substances, tobacco, alcohol, cigarettes, any other kind of things which are addictive. Substance abuse is going on. If severe affliction is there on second house, it can show that. Then troubles to or with the mother particularly. So with family, like I told you, but since fourth house is mother mainly, and moon also is the mother, So if both of them or either of them are damaged, it can show easily that either the relationship with the mother is very strained, or the troubles to the mother, like mother was absent in your life, or she passed away early, or she has constant health problems, that kind of thing. And generally it shows high emotional instability, and like I said, no peace of mind, and bad, harsh, hurtful, explosive speech, that kind of thing. So these are negative results, of course, but I discussed both of them. Let's talk about third house. So whenever fourth lord is going in third house, then obviously see the third house is 12th from fourth house. So it is excellent for travels, and it most of the times gives constant change in place of residence, and takes you away from the birthplace, native place. Even if, let's suppose, you go for foreign lands are there, so very supportive for taking you outside the country. Even if you are living in the same country, it is going to take you far away from your native place where you belong. So that is one thing. Then it also is considered excellent for travels, whether short distance, long distance, it depends, but travels in general. Then third house is speech and communication. Now fourth house is mind. So it can show that either person can be extrovert or ambivert, and generally gives good social life, friend circle. And social life and friend circle becomes important also, because whatever is going on in your mind, you need to express it through your speech. That is third house. Until and unless you are not speaking out with or sharing it with somebody, even if like there is only one friend, but or any one person, whoever they may be, but the person needs that, that is going to be, it's like that I need some connection, some release of my thinking and thoughts of emotions to speak to someone to feel relieved or somewhat contented. So that kind of thing can be seen. At the same time, it gives very good speech and communication. Emotional expression is very good. It can show person is persuasive, soft spoken, impressive, and civilized, and they are able to manifest or get their things done through just their behavior and speaking skills. So that kind of thing can be seen. It also can show communication in general, like written communication, like good for writing as well. If such combinations are there, you are able to put your ideas and feelings and thoughts into writing. That kind of ability can also be seen if such combinations are occurring. Then third house is siblings. So it can show person is close to siblings or friends. Like suppose some one or two friends are there which are like very close to you, brother from another mother type. So that kind of thing. So close to siblings and friends. Then it can show that third house is the house of efforts, and fourth house is comfort. So whenever fourth lord is going in third, it has to put you out of your comfort zone no matter what. So it can be like told you that it can take you away from your family or far away from your native place, or any kind of situations which are like periodic changes are occurring. Some or the other ways, out of the blue, you have to shift, you have to change jobs, you have to move out, that kind of thing. So it always puts you out of your comfort zone so that you can grow later. That is the main point in this case. And it gives you struggles initially, makes you work hard, put efforts, and it bursts your bubble as well, because fourth house is a dreamy kind of mindset that okay, I made my mind and I'm living in imagination of fantasy, la la land sometimes. But third house is practicality. Third house is ruled by Mars and Mercury as a Karak planet. So it shows that it will force you or put you in such situations where you have to come face to face with the reality of life, and all the bubbles that you have been living in, it breaks it so that you are able to well adapt with the reality and make your life better, that kind of thing. Then it also gradually makes you more socially adept, diplomatic, opportunistic, practical. And even though the person is successful, but still peace and satisfaction becomes difficult, because third house is kama trikona. 3, 7, 11 are kama trikona. Kama means desires. Constant action which is put out for desires is third house. So here it shows that it can make person very like I told you, clever and diplomatic, and how the real world functions, that kind of knowledge. But you are getting successful, but this lack of peace and satisfaction can be seen sometimes. Then if a person is workaholic, in this case it becomes very good, because it's like that you are constantly associated with third house energy, and that will keep your mind in a zone of action and a comfort as well, because here comfort is derived from working, that kind of thing, that I am doing something meaningful in my life and I am deriving pleasure from that. Then at the same time, it like I said, in this case the person should not sit idle if they are not working or unemployed, or even if you have money, but do work, because if you're not going to work in this case, it's only going to create mental discomfort, distress, feelings of emptiness, all these things. Then it is excellent placement for writing, media, performing arts, sales, trade, transportation, supply chain, operations management. Okay. And if it is badly placed, it can show, or even if not badly placed, it can still create troubles to mother. That is one point. And if fourth lord is badly placed or afflicted in third house, obviously it will corrupt your speech and communication. Very harsh, hurtful, abusive, critical, negative speech which ruins your relationships, and the person themselves becomes the reason for disruption in family and relations. Then high emotional instability and rushing impatience, rushing to conclusions, faulty logic and misunderstanding, and they become very big reasons for unhappiness and no peace of mind at all, or any kind of speech difficulties, which is less seen. Most of the time it is seen that the speech is not good. So these are certain negative results which we can expect. Or troubles to or with the siblings, like you have brothers or sisters but you don't get along, or there are very envious relationship with them. So these are certain negative aspects here. Another point, if it is badly placed, it becomes very challenging to have a home. Let's suppose even if you have land and properties, but you ended up losing them or selling them, or you are not able to build properties easily if it is afflicted, or even if you have, you are not able to live in them, that kind of thing. Now fourth lord in fourth house. So whenever fourth lord is in fourth house, obviously it is a good placement, and it depends on the planet. Malefics, if they are there, then they behave certainly different, because they are not very emotional, like Mars, Saturn, or Sun, the Ketu. They are not emotional. Fourth house is the house of emotions and feelings. So they will bring emotional element, but in their own style. Benefics in fourth house, being fourth lord, function well. Moon, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, they function still well. Now, so whenever fourth lord is in fourth house, it makes person more comfort oriented, family oriented, and close to mother and mother like figures, whether your grandparents or grandmother or anybody like that. Then ego derivation or more attachment, like I identify with, or I feel quite connected and attached with my native place, with my home, with my any family lineage, traditions. Patriotic behavior can be seen. Person is quite respectful towards their country, culture, religion, traditions, all these things. And it makes person overall conservative, not very in a state of rejection of their own roots and family traditions or culture or religion or nationality for the sake of social acceptance. So fourth lord in fourth house is going to be like that if it is well placed. Then it also makes person more value driven, more driven by values, morals, ethics, principles, and generally makes person quite caring, responsible, kind, dutiful, protective towards the things in life, people in life. Then reserved and private, it depends the planet which is sitting there, but yes, makes person more reserved, more private, and it is also a good placement for having land, real estate, properties, vehicles, and also getting inheritance at the same time. If Moon and Venus are well placed and fourth lord is in fourth house, it's considered very good for peace, happiness, and satisfaction in life. So, Sukha in general, whether from marriage, family, and career, or any aspect of life, it is a good placement which shows that person is satisfied whatever they have. It does not mean that you are very well off and extremely wealthy. It means that there is a level of prosperity and mainly a level of contentment even if you have limited means. That is the point. So sukha or happiness lies in the state of satisfaction. If the person has certain level of contentment, then only they can be happy. Otherwise, no matter what you have, it's going to be like a situation that, okay, I want something more. So fourth lord in fourth house means mind is still in a state of comfort, happiness, satisfaction. Whatever I have, I am fine with it. I don't need to chase unnecessarily, that kind of thing. Then it's also considered good for having power, status, good reputation in society. And if fourth lord is it also shows good childhood and good support from the family, good relations with the family. But if it is badly placed, fourth lord is in fourth house but afflicted, or Venus and Moon are afflicted, they are making doshas, then there will be no sukha, no shanti, means no peace of mind, no happiness, and a constant level or situation, condition of dissatisfaction will be there throughout life. Inner feeling of emptiness, not able to feel happy, inability to feel pleasure, these kind of things happen. Then mainly the family or home environment is bad. Either people don't get along, the situation at home is toxic, constant fights are going on, relations with them are suffering, or because of the family decisions you are suffering, or vice versa, because of your decisions family is suffering. Any of thing can be seen. And relation with mother particularly can be damaged, or the health of the mother or life of the mother can be affected if fourth lord is in fourth house badly placed. Then no matter what you become, you will never get respect in family, no matter. So if fourth lord is in fourth house but afflicted, you might be well off, you might have a lot of respect in family, in public, people who don't know you personally, but they can respect you, but family will never be respecting you. Because if fourth lord is in fourth house, particularly if it is a malefic, then this chance becomes very high, like Saturn or Ketu. But this becomes very important. At the same time, it can also show that person can be feeling lost, disconnected, dissatisfied, detached, disinterested towards family life. Specifically with Saturn and Ketu it happens. So because they are planets of detachment, distance, isolation, and spirituality, hence they don't show the life of household. So they give this kind of inner feeling that even if things are there, but you feel suffocated, or you see meaninglessness, or you are constantly dissatisfied, disinterested, detached in your own home, that kind of thing. You want to get out. Then it's not considered good for marital life. For marriage, if fourth lord is badly placed, affected, no sukha in parivar, means family happiness will never be there with any relation, even if it is marriage. Disputes or court cases for properties can be seen. Then either person is not able to build assets easily, or they end up losing them, or they are not able to live in them or use them, utilize them. That can be seen if it is afflicted and badly placed. Positive, so then these issues will not be there. Then if fourth lord is in fourth house, particularly if malefics are there, they take you away from your native place. Benefics can keep you at your home, but malefics generally take you away from your home. Most of the time it is seen. Native place where you are where you are born. Then hence person feels better outside the family and place. that kind of thing. Now fourth lord is in fifth house. So fourth lord mind is going in fifth house of intelligence, creativity, learning, education. So obviously if it is well placed, and you need to see the condition of Mercury and Jupiter, if they are well placed, so excellent results can be expected. First of all, it makes person quite intelligent and quick learner, strong memory. It is considered excellent for education and academics. Then gives a strong imagination, makes person creative, artistic. It may be any field, whether it is, like I told you, acting, music, dance, drama, fine arts, design, anything. So it depends on the chart, but it gives these skill sets. Then high curiosity to learn various things, various subjects, and hence it brings a level of good understanding or knowledge in multiple fields that can be seen. Then love, romance, relationships are very important. Fourth house is peace of mind and happiness. Fifth house is love and romantic relationships, children as well. But fourth house of family going in fifth house of relationships means, in order to feel contented and satisfied and happy, love, romance and relationship become very relevant for the person. Now whether they are going to have it fulfilled and a happy experience, or that is not going to be in their favor, that depends on the chart. But this becomes an internal desire or a wish for the person in this case. Then beauty oriented. So beauty oriented means not only like I should look beautiful, that can be one thing, but beauty in general in the world. So beauty in nature, beauty in people, beauty in any kind of emotion, beauty in any kind of expression, and beauty in self as well. So beauty oriented can be seen. Then it gives liking or natural skill set for writing or languages, communication, design, and all the creative fields which I mentioned before. Also it is considered well for fashion, architecture, jewelry, beauty related areas, food industry, hospitality, education, teaching, innovation. And it gives you, because fifth house is intelligence, dharma trikona, so it naturally brings, if it is well placed, then innovation and deep thinking and insight, whether whatever field it may be. Considered favorable for material success, good fertility, hence favorable for having children. Purva punya karma, past life good actions, which give you a convenient, prosperous life in this current, I'll say, incarnation, that kind of thing. Then excellent for mantra jap. If spiritual combinations are there, gives bhakti, means devotion towards any form of God. Excellent for mantra and any kind of I'll say bhakti traditions. Then mother or mother-like figures, they play very vital role as teachers in life, and it can show generational wealth as well. You need to see the yugas. If they are there, it can show that as well. Now if it is damaged, then what we will see, loss, poor concentration, poor attention span, any kind of language learning, memory disorders, or speech communication issues, troubles in education, and again the person is not able to express well, that whatever they feel they are not able to express well. Then any kind of issues to or with the mother can be seen, like mother can be overly strict or controlling, which subdues your overall personality. That can also be a thing in this situation. So these are certain negative aspects. And if it is badly placed, then any serious or big heartbreaks, big I'll say failures in relationships, they tend to bring pain and suffering, emotional pain and suffering in life. That these kind of aspects can be seen if it is afflicted in the 5th house. Now, 4th lord in 6th house. Now in 6th house, 4th house mind is in 6th. The mind becomes gradually, 6th house is actions, efforts, struggle, challenges, delay, health issues, litigation, fights, enemies, any kind of competition. That is 6th house. So here, and 6th house is a Upachaya house. Upachaya means gradually becomes better with time. So whenever 4th lord is in 6th house, it can show mind gradually becomes tough, rational, practical, reserved, and cynical, skeptical, mature, action oriented, with no easy joy. Even if you accomplish things, but you accomplish when you have lost excitement sometimes, that kind of thing. And it can show mind is becoming gradually tough, rational, practical, reserved, all these things due to struggles, delay and challenges in life. And these things can be, these challenges or struggles can be related to any aspect of life, whether it is your health, family, finances, education, loans, debts, career, anything. It depends, relationships, any aspect, it depends. But any of these things are becoming the reason for making the mind more rational, practical, skeptical and away from false hopes, that kind of thing. Because who is the natural karak of 6th? Saturn, Mars and Saturn. So and who is the natural ruler of 6th? According to Kalpurush, Mercury. So 4th lord in 6th will generally make person this way over a period of time. And it also shows they may gain things when they are, like I said, when you have lost the excitement sometimes, or when you have lost the hope, then you get the things that can be seen. Then it also shows person can be mature and responsible from a young age. Some kids are like that, or some young I'll say teenagers or anybody in that age, they are not really childish. They are somewhat more observant, more practical, mature and wise as per their age. So that kind of thing can be seen particularly with a strong Mercury, Jupiter and Saturn. Then it also makes person quite detail oriented, gives keen observation, makes you critical, but also sharp understanding of your own emotions as well as other people's emotions, research oriented, analytical, perfectionist, seeking perfection in everything, and hence they grow with time. But it also is a placement for constant anxiety. You are living in fear and anxiety. No matter how the Lord is placed in 6th, it shows that there will be continuous anxiety or fears or stress unnecessarily, which will be taken by the person. And overall, this situation gives you growth over a period of time. It does not mean that 4th lord in 6th house is a bad placement. No. And it is considered suitable for certain areas, like good for finances, like people who can be associated in any of these areas, whether it is food and agriculture industry, or it is BFSI, banking, financial service, accounts, commerce, finance related areas, or it is medical science or life science or psychology or physiotherapy or fitness, sports, any of these areas, they become very relevant now with respect to 6th house, or like even law, court cases are seen from 6th house. So it depends on chart that what kind of yogas are there, but it can bring these areas as well, or even like in defense or police, security services, these things. Then if it is badly placed, then what will happen? Ajay, one more thing we can say, even if it is well placed, some troubles to mother can be seen, or troubles to family. Like even if you have money and well off, but generally the people in the family are suffering because of certain reasons, or some unhappiness is going on, or even in any kind of issues where family suffers, that kind of thing, and then they later grow up. So 6th house is like you are facing the hardship and then you are recovering, competing and fighting and getting back, winning over the things. So fourth lord in sixth house means family can be going into that situation sometimes, ultimately recovering. And at the same time, it can show, if it is badly placed, then it can bring a lot of issues. So first of all, family becomes the enemy, like they mutually fight a lot, bad relations among the people of the family, or your relation with the family members is very pathetic, particularly mother. And in general, you have like court cases are going on, disputes are going on. It's like enmity within the family or with the family members, any of these things. Then it can show financial issues depending on the chart. Not good for finances if it is afflicted. Fourth lord is afflicted in sixth. So loans, debts, poor spending, poor savings and high spending, and mental health will be poor. Any kind of mental health problems can be seen. Anxiety, fear, confusion, depression, psychotic problems, suicidal tendencies. Any mental health issues can be reflected with fourth lord in sixth afflicted. Then person doesn't want to do anything, lack of willpower, no dedication, constant failures drive you down and you are not able to uplift, and low self-esteem, lack of courage, lack of, I'll say, assertiveness or boldness in personality. All these things will be there. It will be like inferiority issues can be seen, inferiority complex or any of these things. Then no peace, no satisfaction, no happiness, no sukha in general from any aspect of life, particularly family life, married life, whatever. And either the person is not able to build assets in life, like money, like properties or vehicles or anything like that, mainly properties, or you end up losing them or destroying them, that kind of thing. Then at the same time, fourth lord in sixth house, like I said, it can show any kind of other struggles as well. It depends from chart to chart, but constant struggles are going on. You end up recovering from the previous one, another one starts, that kind of thing. So these are the general results of fourth lord in sixth. Now seventh house. So seventh house is fourth from fourth and 10th from 10th. So whenever fourth lord is in seventh, it brings high rajas in the person. So high rajas means more driven by power, status, authority, social validation, public image, reputation, and position in life. All these things, they matter a lot, and person seeks them as well. Then they are good for getting that, because if fourth lord is well placed in seventh house, it will give you these things as well. Makes person generally ambitious as well. Then gives good business acumen. If combinations for business are present, not all the time, but let's suppose yogas for business are there, then it can show person has natural skill set for entrepreneurship and business, and it makes person quite clever, rational, skeptical, and opportunistic in a way, opportunistic and resourceful in a way where you know that how the real world functions, how the things go on, how relations are made, or contacts are kept, or things are done, or businesses are run, or any kind of real world practical things. Then it makes person quite civil, courteous, very socially adept, even if they are not very extrovert, but it gives excellent persuasive communication. Overall, it will make person materialistic. Some people are more driven towards spirituality and detachment. Fourth lord in seventh house does not make it. Fourth lord in seventh house generally makes person more driven towards material world. So it's not bad. It gives you material success at the same time, but the priority, you are more driven by, like I said, power, position, status, authority, respect, and public image. At the same time, relationships, businesses, or marriage, and worldly affairs, or any kind of assets like this land, property, travel, good food, clothing, luxuries, pleasures, all these things. You will be driven by this, and that is what comes under the domain of materialism. So it makes person more materialistically driven as compared to more spiritual. Then at the same time, like I said, if other combinations are well in the chart for money and career, this is a good placement for having high material success in life. So whatever desires, whatever, because you are seeking happiness from 7th, so it will be fulfilled. So all the money, wealth, luxury, career, business, relationships, all those things, they become relevant, important to feel happy and feel meaningful and accomplished. And if combinations are there, it give you these things as well in the life. Then marriage can be good, but there is an element that person, whether male or female, they seek growth, or even whether they seek, or in general also it happens naturally, like growth after marriage, or upliftment after marriage, growth in money or status or wealth or power, or it can also show seeking trophy wife or trophy husband, that kind of thing, where marriage is becoming important for your image in society, even if it is functioning fine, but it becomes irrelevant. Hence it is good for family arranged marriages most of the times in Indian culture. Then at the same time, it can also show you can be born into well-to-do family. If there is a family business, person can be running or joining the family business, and your own status, your own heritage, your family status and family heritage and the lineage that you belong to, that matters a lot. So ego derivation through it is going to be there. Like I identify myself with these things. I come from such and such family. I belong to such and such class. I belong to such and such country, or these things, career or whatever, these kind of things. So they become relevant. Then here, if it is badly placed, so in general, like I told you, it's a good placement for material prosperity. But if it is badly placed, then even if, first of all, there will be difficulty in fulfilling those things. Now, even if the desires are there, mind is venturing into these things that I want money, power, status, reputation, relationships, all the luxury, wealth, power available in the world, but it's not going to fulfill it easily, number one. Second, even if you have these things, it's not going to give you peace of mind ever. No sukha possible, no happiness, no contentment, no satisfaction, and it's not considered favorable for family life or overall peace of mind. Bad for that if it is damaged in 7th. Then it can also show obviously bad marriage. So any kind of bad marriage or family life or home environment. So any kind of issues, marriage does not sustain and it ends up in divorce or having affairs, or any kind of issues in the marriage can be seen, or it's just a sham marriage where you are just living together for the sake of the society, but marriage is rotten. That kind of thing can be seen. So it depends from chart to chart. But if it is afflicted, obviously the personal life and family life will be utterly bad, totally negative if it is afflicted in 7th. And it can also induce negative features, particularly if Saturn, Mercury, Rahu have tremendous influence. Greed, lies, manipulation, high insecurity, fear, anxiety, cunningness, high opportunism, ungrateful behavior, desperate social validation, inferiority complex, identity crisis, fake, shallow, hedonistic, pretentious behavior. Any of these things can be seen. So they are negative results, obviously, in 7th house if 4th lord is badly placed. Positive I have explained. Now 8th house. Now whenever 4th lord is in 8th house, again see 8th house is a dusthana. So 8th house is ups, downs, challenges, struggles, changes, transformations, accident, injury, surgery, uncertainties, death, or any losses. That is 8th house. So, and hidden things, secrecy. So mind and 4th house of family going in 8th house. So what does it show? That struggles, obstacles, sudden changes or events in life, they can be related to family, health, career, money, education, relationships, anything. They shape your mind, and the sudden shocks jolt the mind. to transform it for better. It only happens if fourth lord, moon and are well placed. If they are well placed, then positive transformation. The positive transformation means pain and suffering will be there. Those hard life experiences are going to be there for shocking you and giving you temporary pain and suffering, but ultimately it gives you growth later. Growth, change. The change means change in your personality, your mindset, your perception, making you more mature, wise, and more, I'll say, broad-minded. That kind of thing. Able to see in far, I'll say, distant future. Not like you are going to be a psychic. No, it's like giving you a good foresight. It brings that, and it most of the time makes person introvert, reserved, observant, secretive, mysterious, gives intuitive, analytical, deep insight, very curious towards hidden things, like interest in occult sciences, Jyotish, yoga, tantra, conspiracy theories, all these things. It can also show emotional instability, mood swings, fluctuations, but is still in control. But ongoing feelings of inner emptiness, detachment, meaninglessness, unhappiness can be seen. Person has more liking for solitude and isolation, and it takes you away from your native place, your country or family. Then it's negative for mother. Either the relation will suffer or the mother's health or life will suffer. Then it's good for building or having, means inheritance or building your own land, property, real estate or construction or vehicles. Then there are many areas for which it is good. It's also considered good for food and agriculture, architecture, life science, medical, psychology, oil and gas, coal, natural resources, mining, chemicals, then all the hidden areas like I told you, Jyotish and occult, and any kind of people who are associated with any research and development, no matter what area it is, that kind of thing. Then if there are good spiritual combinations in the chart, like Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu, Dharma and Moksha Trikona, they are well placed. Then fourth lord in 8th house obviously will bring high existential crisis. Major life events are obviously going to throw you into deep state of existential crisis and meaninglessness in order to find answers that who am I, and making the life with purpose, seeking liberation, that ultimately bringing a lot of detachment towards the world. That happens, but only and only if there are good spiritual combinations. If not, then the intensity will not be that high. So it's considered good for vairagya, detachment, dispassion, sadhana, tapasya, kundalini shakti, siddhi, tantra, yoga, jyotish, all those things, if combinations are good. Now if fourth lord is badly placed in 8th house, then what happens? Obviously high emotional instability and mental disorders, like wide fluctuation in mood, big mood swings, anger, bitterness, hatred, jealousy, resentment, grudges, sadism, cruelty, violence, high lust, uncontrollable lust, cheating, perversions, sexual perversions, any of these things, and addictions or indulgence in any illegal criminal behavior depending on the chart. Then obviously there will be no happiness, peace, satisfaction in life. Rather it shows destruction or loss of family and assets, accident, injury, surgery, or health problems, constant health issues, sudden downfall with no recovery, scandals, scams, litigation, hidden enemies, politics. So that these are the negative results of 8th house. Now if it is in 9th house, fourth lord goes in 9th. Obviously 9th house is the house of Dharma Trikona, means intelligence, knowledge, learning, spiritual life, religion, tradition, morality, ethics, dharma, foreign, long distance. So fourth lord, your own home, going in 9th house of long distance. So first of all, it takes you away from your own home, native place, country, family, or your place of birth or whatever. So the thing here is, it's good for travels and settling far away from where you were born. Can show foreign settlement as well. Then 9th house is father. So person can be close to father, or father-like figures like grandparents. It gives you, first of all, good learning ability, curiosity towards knowing the things, quick learning capacity, good sharp memory and intelligence, and also fetches you not only good education and academic performance, but good teachers, bosses and mentors in life, gurus in life. If such combinations are there, spiritual gurus as well. Then very favorable for giving excellent style of communication and speech, and fine emotional expression, very good for writing. Then it also shows interest in several subjects, at the same time giving knowledge of several subjects at the same time. Dharma part in person. Dharma means more driven by morals, ethics, values, principles, duty, virtues, commitment, loyalty, responsible nature, honesty, sincere behavior, more accustomed and respectful towards tradition, religion, culture, your own roots that you belong to. And it makes person gradually very wise, gives wisdom, foresight, deep thinking, innovation. If combinations for spiritual life are present, then it also makes person quite spiritual and philosophical. And 9th house is Bhagya. So Bhagya means luck, fate, fortune, which protects you from the suffering of the world. So born into good family, have money, have opportunities in life, you are able to do well in life because you get opportunities. People don't get opportunities sometimes even if they are very talented. So that is 9th house, Bhagya, luck, fate, fortune, helping you to move forward. 9th house. Then it's also good for the family as well. Means, like I said, father is doing very well in life, or he's powerful and have a good career, and overall person has a good childhood and sanskara, upbringing, purva janma punya karma, past life good actions, very excellent for having material prosperity, abundance and success. Then if it is badly placed, then what will happen? Obviously it will show high hypocrisy and two-faced nature, where person will pretend to be very pious and saintly, religious and moralistic, honest and sincere, but they will not be this at all. Rather adharma will come. So adharma means immorality, unethical behavior, greed, cunningness, lies, manipulation and taking advantage of others, that kind of thing, for selfish reasons, and lack of, I'll say, sense of right and wrong, any kind of indulgence in corruption, but in the garb of hypocrisy, two-faced nature easily seen if it is afflicted in 9th house. It can also make Pitra dosha. So 4th lord afflicted in 2nd, 4th, 5th and 9th. In these houses, it can make Pitra dosha, particularly with Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. I've made a specific detailed video on Pitra dosha, in which situation it occurs, what are the remedies and all those things. You can watch that. But it is a very deadly combination in the chart, which not only affects you, but the entire generation, means multiple generations of the family. So that is another point. Then it can also show that if it is badly placed, obviously the person either can reject their own culture, upbringing or roots to become so-called pseudo-modern individual, or they can become overly judgmental, bigot and fundamentalist in their behavior, overall orthodox, with no logical understanding of the religion behind it. Then can show rise with later downfall if it is afflicted, and bad for parents, both the parents, either the relation or the health. Now fourth lord is in 10th house. So whenever it is in 10th house is again karma, power, status, authority, career, profession, all these things. So fourth lord in 10th house again makes person highly rajasic. Rajas means person is quite ambitious, career oriented and independent, and they are more driven by power, status, reputation, public image, authority, social validation, recognition, name, fame, respect in society. All those things, they matter a lot. Then it also makes person action oriented, and you work for those ambitions or goals that you have in your mind to fulfill. Then can show high or good levels of willpower, dedication, competitive spirit, fighting spirit, assertiveness, toughness in mindset. Then person is quite socially adept, that how the real world functions, I know this and I am able to navigate. Socially adept. Then it can make person resourceful and opportunistic, egoistic. Particularly ego and arrogance can rise the more they become successful in life. And dharma part also can be seen, like morality, ethics, values, principles, they can be seen. You need to check the condition of 9th house and Jupiter. If they are good, then obviously whatever actions you are going to take, they are going to be moralistic and in the alignment with ethical behavior. Also can make person quite protective, possessive towards family. Very good for career progress, material prosperity, success in life, land, real estate, vehicles, luxury, pleasures, all those things. And generally makes person materialistic. Fourth lord in 10th house means more driven by these things rather than spiritual or very detached. More driven, these things matter. Then it can also show that a person can have family support in life, or they support the family, like you have a lot of responsibilities of family upon you, but at the same time you also have support from the family available to you, that kind of thing. It is considered excellent for certain areas, particularly like in terms of career, management, administration, leadership, government, politics, any family business, real estate, construction, agriculture, hospitality, transportation industry, supply chain, logistics, medical areas, medicine and life science, or health areas or fitness areas, any of these things. And if they are badly placed, fourth lord is afflicted in 10th house, particularly if Saturn, Mercury are also negative, then what will happen? It will show kubuddhi, wrong use of knowledge and wrong use of intelligence. Hence it can enhance greed, corruption, abuse of power, bad name, blinded materialism, hedonistic behavior, and quite a lot of hypocrisy with fake and shallow nature. And adharma. Adharma means immorality, unethical behavior where you lack sense of right and wrong. So these are the negative aspects, and obviously later there will be no happiness or peace of mind available in life. Person just dedicates or finishes their life chasing the material world, and that is the end of it. But at the same time, it never gives you peace, happiness, whatever you are seeking, and downfall in career later if it is afflicted. Then comes 11th house. Fourth lord in 11th house. Again, 11th house is the house of desires, house of money and income and wealth. And fourth house is the house of mind. So fourth lord going in 11th house makes person materialistic in nature. So materialistic means lots of desires and lots of ambitions. So lots of desires and ambitions for what? Money, wealth, comfortable, convenient life, luxuries, assets, vehicles, houses, clothes, societal status, reputation, name, respect, authority, pleasures, all these things. And they matter a lot to feel secure and happy. Then comfort oriented, yes, but also person works for that. It's like I have a lot of desires, but I need to work in order to fulfill them. Then it also takes you away from the native place or a country or the family. Means you are far away living from the native place. Or if foreign yogas are there, then foreign settlement can be seen. You need to see other combinations. It gives excellent style of communication, very charming, persuasive and clever, sharp, impressive style of speech and communication, very courteous and civil, very soft and pleasing, and you that kind of ability can be seen. Most of the time person is able to get their work done through their behavior and communication at the same time. Excellent for making the social circle and having good social circle and networking. Can make person quite opportunistic and resourceful, that when and at how things are need to be done in a real life, that kind of realistic practical knowledge can be seen. It can show person is more, I'll say, logical, practical and civil, clever, somewhat manipulative and resourceful, with a business acumen and a business sense. And if there are good combinations for business in the chart, it can make person a businessman as well. So it's considered very favorable for material success, getting your desires fulfilled, whatever they may be. And it's again good for earning money through 4th house. The 4th house means even if you work in some other area, but land and properties can give you money as like form of rent or a profit later. Also it's considered good for relationships and fulfillment of desires. But in relationships, most of the time there is an element where, whether it is man or a woman, there is an element of materiality to it, like money, wealth, good level of financial accomplishment, career accomplishment matters. And they can be seeking a spouse which is like a trophy husband or a wife to them. That kind of thing can be seen. Like it matters that my husband or wife should also be accomplished and have a sense of, I'll say, good financial freedom as well as societal status. Because ultimately 11th house is all about material world. It's not about emotions itself. Then if it is badly placed, then what happens? If it is afflicted and at the same time if moon is negative, high influence of Saturn, Mercury, Rahu is there. So 4th lord badly placed in 11th can show blinded materialism, high selfishness, greed, lies, cunningness, manipulation, immorality, unethical behavior, deceitful, and any kind of extreme hedonistic tendencies, where you are just living for the sake of material pleasures and self-engrossment, nothing else. No sense of right and wrong, total corruption. Hence, no peace of mind and no family life, and very bad for marriage and marital life. It can show all kind of troubles depending on the chart. But yeah, if it is badly placed, then these things can be expected. Now, if we talk about 12th house. Now, whenever 4th lord is in 12th house, so first of all, 4th house is Dusthana. 12th house is foreign lands, Moksha Trikona. 12th house is losses and spirituality, bed pleasures, all these things. So 4th lord in 12th house first of all shows travels away from home or birthplace, long distance or foreign settlement. Then the person doesn't feel content or happy at home, or no growth at birthplace. You have to move out. It makes person more introvert, reserved, private, and mysterious, secretive, observant. Person likes solitude, isolation, traveling a lot. Also makes person quite creative, artistic, imaginative, more like a daydreamer kind of person who is lost in fantasy or imagination. High intuition, and at the same time it also is considered very favorable for all kind of artistic talents, whether it is music, writing, poetry, dance, or any fine arts, design, anything, it depends. Then 12th house can also show interest, knowledge, or skill in occult science, whether it is Jyotish, whether it is palmistry, or whether it is any philosophical subjects. If there are spiritual combinations in the chart, this situation is considered excellent for all four yogas, whether it is Jnana Yoga, path of knowledge, Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion, Raj Yoga, path of meditation, Karma Yoga, path of actions, anything. Naturally, it gives a lot of existential crisis. Person seeks meaning in life. So feeling of existential crisis, meaninglessness, detachment, and constant inner emptiness, that will be seen. And hence, high curiosity and to seek answers in philosophy, in religion, in any kind of occult subjects, that will be there. Then it's very good for sadhana, tapasya, and Kundalini Shakti, Kundalini rising in the body. Then it generally also can show person is quite comfort oriented, lazy, more laid back, and have a lot of procrastination, not very disciplined and organized, and gives, I'll say it gives you luxuries, because 12th house is luxuries. So if yogas are good, like 4th lord is well placed in 12th house, it will give you luxuries. Whether or not you have attachment or not, that is a different question, but it gives you general comfortable life, like you have things or resources available to you. But it's not good for savings. So like constant spending can be seen. If second lord is badly placed, then it will be much more. Then it can also show that 4th lord in 12th house, if there are no spiritual combinations, then person is obviously going to be on that side which I discussed, except the spiritual results. Then 12th house is bed pleasures as well. So relationships become important, but here if it is well placed, then meaningful relationship will be there. Like person will seek a strong meaningful connection, will not be like entering into casual relationships just for sexual pleasures, if it is well placed. Okay, now if it is badly placed, then what happens? So if these are the positive results, if 4th lord is afflicted in 12th house, first of all, troubles to or with the family, a loss of family members, or loss to the family can be seen, anything. Either person is able to not build assets or save money, or they end up losing them. Bad for mental health. Any kind of mental health problems can be seen. Emotional, high emotional instability, personality disorder, psychotic disorders, anxiety, depression, suicidal tendencies, you name it. Anything is possible depending on the chart. If moon, Mercury, Venus, any of them is damaged, majority of the time it will be seen that 4th lord in 12th house gives constant mental distress and no peace, no satisfaction, no contentment, no sukha in life whatsoever. If it is bad, then high lust which will not be fulfilled, or high lust which gives a lot of indulgence in sexual perversions, constant relationships, cheating tendencies, and marriage is not going to survive, or relationships in the long run don't sustain well. Then high hedonism, because 12th house is luxuries, engrossment. If it is bad, then there will be no spiritual result. The only thing will be that person is living for the sake of self indulgence or sensory pleasures, Indra Tripti. At the same time, there are certain areas for which it is considered good, like for work or anything, if combinations are there. So first of all, for medicine, life science, psychology, fitness, or anything medicine related, biology related. Then supply chain, operations, logistics, transportation, all creative fields, all the creative artistic areas, acting, music, dance, drama, writing, poetry, design, anything. Then foreign jobs, people working in abroad or foreign, diplomacy, research and development in any area, or people working in laboratories or jails or asylums, anything like that. So that is 12th house for you. So these are the results of fourth lord in all 12 houses. I hope that you understood so far that how a particular planet can function in all the houses, positive and negative, both the cases. So I hope that you like this video, and if you liked it, please like the video, comment on it and share it. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. And for more information on all other topics of astrology, you can connect on my Facebook page and Instagram for more posts and reels. You can also join on my website for consultation and courses. Their links are given in description. Otherwise, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.